we have already provided you the information that sir is a faculty member in DKV Arts and Science College, that is in Jamnagar. And today, sir will be talking on introduction to bibliography, managers, and advanced feature of Microsoft Word, useful in the research writing. Okay, so I welcome you, sir, and thank you so much for accepting our invitation. I request you to start the lecture, sir, please.
Yes, thank you, sir. Good morning, all. Uh, Research itself is a very unique subject in which the enthusiasm is much more required. However, with the advances in the technology and the requirement of the contemporary writing, we are also required to have in-depth knowledge of some of the softwares which are very much useful for our research, right? Uh, I think you all are aware about the usefulness of research. What is research actually, right? So research is the thing that our hypothesis or our ideology is tested and proven with the help of research work done by the others in the past. We use references of the work done by other research personnels in the past, and we use them as a references. So this emphasizes that the references have the highest importance in research, because whatsoever we are telling must be backed up by similar kind of findings from other scientific community. Uh, Before we jump into the topic, let me tell you how the researchers were using the references in the past. I am talking about the generation of one generation back from our generation. When I was pursuing my research study, I would I wanted to know how the Ph.D. or other research work was carried out by people at that time. So I was told that the earlier researchers used to visit library. There is a bibliographic section there, and they used to refer journals and periodicals there. If they found any suitable, interesting article meeting to the requirement, they used to note down the information, bibliographic information about that article in a card. So they were used to prepare some sort of cards, which later used to uh, which were later used during citation and preparing full bibliography during their write-up. So whenever they start to write, they use those cards as and when required. For example, somewhere in between text, if they cite some reference, they used to keep that card in that paragraph or in that page, so that later they can summarize the all citation used on in their text, and later they prepare bibliography. That was the only method, and that was tedious one. Many a times, because of this practice, there were some general comments from the referees and the evaluators that there were some cross links in bibliography, or there were some missing citation in full bibliography. So those were the standard reviews received once upon a time. Moreover, what happened if we stick to that traditional method? If we prepare text considering to submit our journal research paper into particular journal, and we prepare bibliography and citation according to the style preferred by that periodical or journal. For some reason, if our paper is rejected by that particular journal, or we would like to submit that paper to another suitable journal, then there is a chance that another journal may be preferring different sort of styles and method for citing references and bibliography. So in that case, we have to rearrange all the information to meet the required style of newly approached journal. So this practice would take time. So to overcome this in early phase of 21st century, with the advances in computer technology, citation managers were introduced and is broadly used by international scientific community. However, I have seen very few researchers in India, particularly in Gujarat, that they are using citation managers. So, of course, they are doing wonderful and commendable research, but still, when it comes to research writing, they found the task very much tedious and they are afraid of writing articles. So here, with this background, I would like to introduce you people to the citation managers. There are actually, what is citation and what is bibliography? I would like to know the differences between these two terms from any one of you. Can anyone please tell me the difference? Please unmute your mic and see, it is a kind of interactive section, right? So more you interact, it's a kind of hands-on session.
Hello, sir.
Yes, please.
So, in citation, we have to give reference in our report, and then we give the reference in the citation. Whereas in bibliography, we might have referred many books or other things, but we have not cited it in the report or in our writing. So that 1 to 10, whatever we give numbers and we give reference at the last. Those are references, whereas in bibliography, those numbers are not cited in the report.
Okay. Uh, Anyone else? Okay. Let me show you. I am sharing my screen. Is my screen visible?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. For example, if I write here a sentence, see, I am referring the text in which I am more comfortable. So it can be any of other. See, I made a sentence here. The Gulf of Kutch is a unique habitat to flourish marine biodiversity. This is not the statement based on my finding. I derived on this conclusion based on the studies made by other researchers. So here I would like to mention here I would like to acknowledge their contribution to the scientific community. So, for example, if I mention here like a very brief short acknowledgement, if I made in between the text, it is known as citation. So here what I have mentioned here is called citation. Now, based on this short acknowledgement, like Mankodi 2000 or Bhadji 2006. One may not be able to find the proper detail of this referred article, or they may not be able to find the entire article. So at the end of entire text, we are supposed to give entire detail of that article. Like, that is called bibliography or references. They all are used simultaneously. This is some imaginary reference I have made right now. This is not a true reference. So this is called full reference or full bibliographic information for the corresponding citation used in between text. So this is the preliminary difference in citation and the bibliography or the reference. There are many different kind of articles we found, like types of references. One is journal articles, right? Majority of the articles would belong to the journals or periodicals having ISSN numbers. There are some references which would which we would have been used. They were the books, right, having ISBN numbers. There are some articles having periodicals, all proceedings. There may be some articles like uh, uh, personal interaction. See, personal interactions do not have that much of weightage in scientific writing. However, the personal communication with renowned authorities, who is globally acknowledged and globally known, have some value, and we may use our personal interactions or personal communication with that level of authority in scientific writing. However, it should be least used, right? So these are different types of references which we may encounter in our scientific writing. Each of these type of references have different style of writing in full bibliography. So all these require to manage beforehand we start our writing. So with this brief, let me tell a case. I have started my research, and after completion of about 1.5 years, I start to summarize my findings for writing a research paper or writing a final study report or Ph.D. thesis, right? At the time, I have to make ready all the different literatures I have been through this entire period. In a year, 1.5 year of time, if I would have referred and at least just go through the titles of research papers of my particular interest, say for example 500 to 1000 research papers, it is not that easy to memorize and recall the research paper which is suitable to support our statement in our writing. So it is a mammoth task to find applicable research sometimes, many times what happens, we were recalling, yes, I have read similar kind of study somewhere during my literature review, but I am not getting the entire detail right now. I even don't recollect the name of author. Even I am not able to recollect the title. What I am able to recollect is just the theme. Like that research was focusing some similar sort of study. I do not have name of author. I do not have name of journal. I do not have title. What I have, some few keywords. So if you manually again start to find that particular article by opening the downloaded PDF or finding on website, it will be difficult for you. So in that case, the bibliographic manager comes into the picture. There are multiple bibliographic managers available, and the most famous bibliographic manager is EndNote. EndNote is one of the most used bibliographic manager worldwide. However, the limitation is the EndNote is a proprietary software. That means it requires licensing. It requires to be purchased. Before starting and preparing for my today's session, I just gone through the price of EndNote. For student, it is costing around 12,000 rupees. It is not a small amount. And for a general researchers, it is almost 40,000 rupees. So it's quite costly affair. However, there are many more suitable free alternatives available, and one of the free alternative available is Mendeley. Have you heard about Mendeley?
Yes, sir.
Okay. How many of you are using Mendeley? Okay. Vivek is using Mendeley. Anyone else? Yes. Drashti is also using. Nice to see you. Deep. Okay. Three, around 25, only 3 researchers are aware about Mendeley and they are using into their. Yes, Parth is also there. Okay. So there is from this just simple survey, we can estimate that still there is a wide number of people which are not aware about the usefulness of bibliographic managers. During my times, I was using during my active research time, Mendeley was not there and EndNote was costlier like today's. So I was using different bibliographic manager, which is of course free and having more options to control and to meet our requirements. But before that, I would like to introduce Mendeley to the people who are not aware about the software. Mendeley is available as a web-based interface, and it is also available as desktop software. So you can use it as you require. Let me show you the use of Mendeley through practical session, right? I am again sharing my screen. Okay, can you see the screen?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Can you
sir.
see? Yes. Okay. Okay. So this is the Mendeley. I have created an account. It is free. You can create your account on Mendeley, and you can start using the web interface, which is much more easy and effective. If you are comfortable, you can also proceed and download the desktop variant. So this is the basic. For example, I would like to find articles suitable to my requirement. For example, if I am studying the geology of Gulf of Kutch and I would like to find articles, so I would like I would first of all I would like to find articles like so Mendeley has inbuilt search engine which will find articles based on our just a minute. Inbuilt articles, inbuilt search engine which will give result on the keywords entered. Like I have tried to find studies having geological outcomes on Gulf of Kutch. So it have the search result is appeared with different research papers. I can select the year if I would like to find the oldest research available. It will give, or here it is a general thing available. So for example, if I find these articles, sources and depositional pathway of mid Holocene sediments in the Great Run of Kutch, India, suitable to my study, I would add this to my library. Here, I have added this to my library. Now, from here, I can access the library. So the paper which I found suitable, I added to library will appear here. Authors, year, title, sources, that is the journal, and relevant information. Right? So by this way, we can collect and manage the references of our interest into Mendeley. So by this way, we can build our bibliography. Now, when it comes to writing, and I would like to use those bibliographic information to my research, I open Word document and I would like to start writing like Gulf of Kutch is having a great geological history since Earth. I made some random statement here. Now I would like to quote suitable citation here. So I would go to reference tab in Word and use Mendeley site. It's an add-on which is to be installed separately. It is again free of cost. I click on the Mendeley site add-on. Now all the references which I have already added to my library would appear here. Out of all these references, if I have to find suitable, like here I would like geology. Sediments, for example. So the sediment, I do not know the entire title. I do not know the name of journal. I do not know the name of author, but I know some key points like study on sediments of Gulf of Kutch. So I used keywords To precisely find out the article needed at this moment, select this and insert citation. So it will insert citation at the location of cursor in my Word document. Now, again, I start writing this as the heavy equal to again I made some random statement. I think let me increase the now again I require some support in form of citation. So I will found some at this moment I recall the name of author. Like some Trivedi has done some research in crustacean diversity in Gulf of Kutch. But I do not know the exact title, do not know exact name of journal. So I just made a name Trivedi. Like I select these two articles and two citation. So it has added at the required location. Now this is I have prepared my text with suitable citation. Now I would like to finalize my text and would like to generate bibliographic information. See, at the present, I have only citation in text, but I do not have any bibliography present. So what I will do, I will go to settings, insert bibliography. So it will generate bibliography at the location of cursor where I have placed my cursor. It created bibliography in a year-wise manner. For example, the oldest paper will come first in a chronological manner, right? Then recent, and then this. However, how bibliography will generate will depend upon which style you have preferred. So here there are different styles available. For example, right now we have chosen the style. Here you can see different styles of some of the popular journals. Like we select American Political Science Association. The style suggested by this journal, update citation style. So it is updated according to the style suggested by that journal. Just on a click, update from library. Okay, it is updated. Now we have come across many research journals would prefer full citation, would not prefer full citation, rather they require numberings, number style. For example, Nature Journal prefers numbering like this, superscripted numbers. So as soon as I selected that style, my entire text is converted according to that style, and here instead of the name of author and the year of publication, the superscripted number would appear like number 1, 2, 3. So with this brief, I think by now you people have found how useful these bibliographic managers are. Do you find it useful? How many of you found it useful? Those who are not using it, right? Those, okay. Very good. See, this is what we require. In the era of artificial intelligence, we would not depend 100% on artificial intelligence, but we must be using the proper power of the softwares. Softwares will never replace the intellectual quotient, that is our IQ. They will be there to support and aid our work. So this is the introduction of Mendeley. I would like to introduce one another bibliographic manager. Do you have any question regarding Mendeley? Okay. There is another citation manager which is known as Bibus. Bibus is a very unique software, free software, though it is not as versatile as Mendeley. Versatility in terms of ease of adding references to the library. Like in Mendeley, we have seen that just clicking on the link add to library will add that article into our library. It is as easy as that. However, there are Mendeley has some shortcomings, like they do not, Mendeley is not providing us the manually creating styles to meet our specific requirement. For example, if you want to customize style, I think maybe paid version have that feature, but free version do not have that feature. You can select the popular common styles available in Mendeley, but if you require some specific, or rather you want to create your own particular style of citing references, then you either you have to purchase the license or you have to use another softwares. I would like to introduce you people to the Bibus. Let me open the software first and then I will share the screen. Screen is visible? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So this is the main layout of Bibus software. It is a very small utility software, just having 10 MB of setup. It is the old software compared to the Mendeley, because Mendeley is recently came into picture. Here, the benefit of this software is it supports more than one word processors like OpenOffice, Word, LaTeX. So these are different word processing softwares which is compatible with this Bibus software. Here, this is the reference section. It will show the all references into the available into the library. Here you can also add, for example, I would like to search. See, right now I have 550 references added to library in the Bibles. This is a great number, and after few times I may not be able to recollect the exact name and the details of particular article. So here what I would like, I will just find, I just recollect the name of author. So there is a author named 14. These are the articles. Now here is a word Corallimorpharian. I do not know the author, nothing, but I just searched this term. So wherever this word is included, like in the title, see in this title, interspecific aggressive behavior of Corallimorpharian. So it is available in title. So this article is included in my research. So by this way, I can find the articles required to my need. I can also separate my articles like different author wise or the topic wise. This facility is also available in Mendeley, right? I can also tag the articles. Now, if I would like to use these articles in my writing, like let me again demonstrate the this is a species and they compete with other organisms for substratum. So this study space competition. So this is the article I find suitable to insert here. So I select that article, go to the menu word processor and insert citation or use shortcut key Control I. When I come back, the article is inserted as a citation at appropriate location. That is the location of my cursor. If I found more suitable articles like Corallimorpharians, this is the article I would like to, this is book. I again select that article, then special and seasonal distribution. These two articles I would like to insert along with the previous article. Selected those articles, insert citation. Again, I go to the word, the citations were added. Right now it is row formatted, so citations appear separate, right? This is row formatting. Now, when I come back and I would like to generate bibliography, I would place my cursor like here. I would like to generate my bibliography. I would again go to the Bibles, update bibliography index. It is updated bibliography. Here you can see citations and here the bibliography. Still the citation is in row format. It is not finally formatted. So if I found that my article is almost completed and now I would like to finalize the article, I would go and update entry format all. It will build the document. See, now the citations are merged in a single and arranged as alphabetic wise. First, author started with C, then F, then M. And within the same alphabetic order, if there are multiple authors, it will arrange according to the year, that is time wise. So this is the style which I have selected for present study. Same facilities available. For example, right now here, instead of full citation, I would like to have numbers. Then I would select the style like style of nature. Again, go to Word, update entry format all. So with the few clicks, my text will be formatted to meet the style of that journal. 1, 3, it is updated. So it is how bibliography managers help in our research writing. Now, how I would like to, yes, Kajal, do you have any question?
यस सर सर
Yes.
जैसे आपने बताया कि वर्ड में हम बिब्लियोग्राफिक ऐड कर सकते हैं, तो जैसे हम मैथमेटिक्स में हम मोस्टली लेटेक ज़्यादा यूज़ करते हैं,
Yes.
तो लेटेक में वहाँ पे बिब्लियोग्राफी डायरेक्ट कैसे ऐड करेंगे? जैसे वर्ड में किया वैसे ही वहाँ पे करना है या कोई और?
I think Mendeley and the, see, I do not have much experience about Mendeley because as I earlier told, during my time, I used Bibus, right? Mendeley has having same facilities, but I think for using in multiple word processing like latex, paid version is required. Still, I do not have that idea because I have never used latex because I belong to the biological sciences and I never have requirement of having calculations. So I think you have to find something on Google.
ओके ओके सर, थैंक यू.
See, this is the, now it's time to add our articles in our library. In Mendeley, it is easy. Just in matter of click, the article is inserted into the our library. But in Bibus, it is difficult. Difficult in means it is bit. It requires some more sort of work. Like for example, let me find some article here. For that, I am using Google Scholar, like use of just a minute. Let me share my screen first. See, I made some query like use of word processors in mathematical writing. So I would like to find research articles in relevant topic. So I found this, for example, I found this article, Primer of Mathematical Writing. It is a book and I found suitable as a reference. So here there is a link, import to BibTeX format. There are various formats supported by many different bibliographic managers, and BibTeX is one of the most popular format. So here I would click on import to BibTeX. A BibTeX format is open and I select that one, go to Bibus and import text window. Here I would paste that text, import and quit. So the import, first of all, that imported article would go into import buffer. So it is yet not sorted. Right? Here you can find the details. And once you found this article and you confirm, yes, it is useful to me, you can add this to references or, for example, wherever you want. Otherwise, it will automatically transfer to the all references when you close your software. So by this way, you can import the suitable articles. For example, if I found this article, effect of using word processors in teaching writing skill along the secondary students in school in Jordan. Import to BibTeX. Select. Import text window. Paste. Here, the format we should select is BibTeX. There are various different formats available. As we have already exported our data into BibTeX format, here we will import in the BibTeX format only. It is article, right? So again, it come here, the effect of using word processor. Now, I would recommend that before you see, this is the basic bibliographic information you have imported from the web or the other search engines. But to make it more effective, I would like you people to update the as many as details you know about that article. For example, for this article, the name of author is there, title is there, journal is there, volume number is there, year, page number is there, but abstract is not there. So, for example, I take it, I double click it, it will open for editing. Now there is this is effect of using word processing, skill. Yes. So this is the article. I would go to the page of that article, and if there is abstract available, I would copy this abstract and we'll insert at appropriate. First, I need to move it to the my references. Yes, these are our. Now here I paste that abstract copied from the article and then OK. So that will make more that will result into more comprehensive result, because many times we may not be knowing the name of author, we may not be knowing the title exactly, we may not be knowing the exact year of publication, but we have some sort of idea that, because we have, of course, gone through the abstract. Like achievement, for the word achievement, title, journal, achievement is not used, but we recollect that there is a word like achievement of student somewhere in that article. So out of thousands of articles, if we enter achievement articles, it will suggest the exact article. So entering the required details is much needed. Even it is also same case with the Mendeley. For example, if here I open the more detailed view of the article added to my library, title is there, name of author is there, and basic information is there. But here, if we can add abstract, here I think you can add here. Like some more details abstract in, and so that will make your search more useful and more comprehend. So this is the all about the bibliographic managers. Now we would move to the next phase, that is the use of some of the features of Microsoft Word for effective research writing. Do you have any query regarding Bibliographic Manager, or would you like to have some more idea about Bibliographic Manager before we proceed to the next topic? Okay. Now, we are using Word like a typewriter. Is it correct? Many of us are using Word as a sophisticated typewriter. Okay. But Word is much more than a typewriter. For example, let me show one of my manuscript. So this is manuscript I submitted to journal, and it has already been published as a research paper. But for training purpose and for demonstration purpose, I'm using this. Okay. For suppose this is my thesis. In thesis, there are different sections like index is there. We are using graphs, figures, right? For example, if I would like to build an index for my entire thesis or my entire article, it will take, for example, first of all, I have to copy this. If I'm using the Word as a sophisticated typewriter, then what I would do, I would select the name of topic, copy. Here I would like index, then paste. Then I would go to next topic, copy, paste. Then third, here it can be chapters. Acknowledgement. Then I would go to references, copy, paste. Now, what I will do, I require to enter page number. So introduction is on page number 3. at present. So I would page number 3, materials and method is on page number 4, and so on, right? This is the manual method. Many of us are doing. There is quite possibility that some of you are aware about the automation in Word, but majority of you are following the same manner. This is okay when there are a few items under index, then it can easily be managed. However, now suppose if you add something here, like you inserted a space here, and now the material and method is shifted to page number 5. Here you can see material and method is shifted to page number 5, but still it is mentioned on page number 4 in your index. You have to manually go and update it. So it is cumbersome, and many of times there is a chance of error. So instead of that, what you are supposed to do, whenever you are writing your article or thesis or final report, use these headings. How many of you are aware about this use of these headings in Word? 1, 2, 3, 4. So, Kajal, please tell me, what is the usefulness of heading?
जी सर, अगर हम हेडिंग जितने भी हमारे जब भी इंट्रोडक्शन में हमने जितने इंडेक्स में डाला, तो उन सभी को हम पहले से ही हेडिंग करके डाल दें कि 1, 2, 3 ऐसे करते, तो वो इंडेक्स में ऑटोमेटिकली आ जाएगा और पेज नंबर्स भी उसके साथ ही अपडेट हो जाएंगे। जैसे अभी हमने चेंज किया तो पेज नंबर चेंज नहीं होंगे। अगर हमने हेडिंग डाल के रखा है तो पेज नंबर भी चेंज ऑटोमेटिकली हो जाएगा।
Definitely. So first is the use of, there are different hierarchical order of headings. Here you can see heading 1, 2, then title, subtitle, emphasize. So these are different styles. Accordingly, for example, if this is title of my, I would select the text and use as a title. And abstract is one of the main heading. So heading 1, keyword is included under the abstract. So it is in cascading manner. So it is a part of abstract. So I would select heading 2, that is under the heading 1 abstract. So accordingly, I will select the text and assign them heading. Like material and method is again main heading, result and discussion main heading, acknowledgement is main heading, bibliography is a main heading. So this is, by this way I have formatted my text. Now the benefit of formatting like this is, of course, automatic building of index, and another is change of style to meet, for example, I would like to build an index after applying proper heading as and when required. I would place my cursor where I would like to generate index, would go to references, and table of content. I will select the style required by me, that is cascading manner. So again, it will automatically create the index according to the heading I selected. For example, abstract is a main heading, keyword is a subheading under heading 1. So it is under abstract. It creates hyperlink, that is, it can be easily clickable. For example, if you would like to directly jump to the result and discussion, I would normally click on this result and discussion. My cursor will directly go to the result and discussion. So this way, using heading will enable you to update and create index automatically in Word. For example, right now the abstract is on page number 2. It is reflected in page number 2 here. But now, if I give space and now abstract is page number 3, what I require, I will go to the reference, table of content, and update table. Update page number or update entire table. For example, if I change abstract or preface. For example, I have made some alteration in the heading. If I select update only page number, then it will only update page numbers. If I go and update entire table, so it will update the label as well as the page number. So this is very much useful when we finalizing our PhD thesis, because it is difficult, because at the very end moment we make some minor formatting changes, like we insert the text, we insert graph. So the text will go into another page and the entire index will disturb. So if we use this feature of Word, so on a matter of click, we can update our index and it will be up to date. Now, there is another feature similar to this, like preparing table of figures. For example, in my let me start afresh. Yeah. I have some figures added to my manuscript. This is simple typing of figure numbers. But instead of typing figure numbers manually, if I use the feature like references, insert caption. There are different type of caption like table, equation, or figure. We can also create new label, for example, graph. Right? Now this is figure, so I select figure. If you require only fig, so this is fig. That is a short form of acronym of figure. Figure 1, okay. So it automatically inserted caption here. Now here insert caption, automatically it will count the number. Figure 2. This is graph or chart. So I would here insert caption and select graph. Graph is 1. So it will keep track of number of figures and number of graphs you have used in your manuscript. Now at the end, you want to summarize the table of content for your graphs and figures. So similar like index here, place your figure, place your cursor where you want table, go to the reference and insert table of figures. Select the style suitable to you. Next. This is graph and like now I want table for figures. So I have two figures in my manuscript. Now again, if right now both the figures are on page number 7, but for some reason I move it to the page number 8. What I require? Update the table. Same, update entire table. So it will update the page number or the change made in the caption. So this is one of the useful feature in Word. Very basic feature, but highly useful. So this is one of the advanced feature. There are another feature like footnote and endnote. I think you people are knowing about those features. So I'm not going into that. But if you want to know about that, let me inform. Now, another feature is review. How many of you are aware about track changes? Have you people used track changes ever in Word? Yes, one did. Okay.
No, sir.
Used or not used? Okay. So track changes is very much useful when we write in collaborative manner. For example, two different researchers from two different places are writing a paper in collaborative manner and they suggest some sort of editing. So the another person would be knowing what kind of changes is suggested by which user. This is one scenario. Another scenario is when you submit your manuscript to some journal and the reviewer suggests some kind of editing or modification to your manuscript. So exactly what is referred by that reviewer, if he wants to convey you exactly what he or she requires, then he or she might be using the track changes features. So let me go to the track changes feature. Now this is some text, right? Now here, instead of endemic, I would like to use is only found in Gulf of Kutch. I have made some change in text and saved my file. Another person will never come to know where I have made changes. To make it easier for the other person in which we are preparing our manuscript to know exactly which kind of change is where made in that document, we can use feature like track changes. It is under the review tab. Track changes, we enable track changes. This is, I have enabled track changes. Now whatsoever I change, endemic, instead of endemic, I would write is only found in Gulf of Kutch. Here it will mark where the change made, but here the change is made by the same person which has created the document. So you will not find another one. But if the file is used by or modified by some other user instead of Chandresh Dave, some other person, it will create some different marking here. Let me show you that. I have enabled track changes. I have saved this file, right? Closed this, and I think to move to other person, I think it is difficult for me to demonstrate this feature, but let me try to show you. It requires two person. Yes. For example, I have deleted word endemic and inserted only found in. So it is reflected which text is deleted and which text is inserted and who inserted text. Here the person is same, so name of person will appear here. Time of editing, right? If there are multiple workers working on similar text, there will be different color code for each user. For environmental sex determination, I would like word acronym ESD. So it will create ESD. So as soon as I bring my cursor over here, it will reflect what is deleted by whom and what is inserted by whom. So this is very useful feature when we are dealing with collaborators and exactly want to convey the editing we want, right? So this is the feature, track changes. Now, for example, you want to final the entire document. Here you can go to next. Now the deletion is suggested by one of the writer. If you are agreed to the decision of that writer, you can accordingly accept the decision, that is deletion of endemic, or you can reject that, rather reject. So by that way, it is very much useful to finalize what kind of changes you would like to continue or which changes you would like to discard. So this is a feature. Another feature is compare. For example, many times we might have come across the situation where we have multiple copies of our text laying with us, and we do not know which kind of change is made and which one is the final copy. So one thing is, we go to the metadata of that file, we find the date modified and time of modification. By that manner, we can finalize which one is the latest copy. But in out of which one has the difference. So there is another feature in Word, that is compare feature. Under the same review, there is compare. Here you can select original document or one document. Second is another document. Now start comparing. So it will pin out the changes in these two different documents. Like here you can find this is the original document. So this is the original document, right? And this is the another one. So document 1, document 2. In document 1, there is a word endemic. In document 2, there is found in. So it will reflect the difference here. So the difference is will be reflected. For example, let me delete this entire abstract from the original document. Material and methodology up to this to make. Now I save this document. Now I go to review, compare the original document and modified document. Okay. So it will suggest what are differences in these two documents. So this is original the modified document. This is original document. So here you can see this is deleted. So this is deleted. So we can easily come to know what are different changes in two different documents. Using this feature, we can also combine the different documents in a single document. For example, different authors have given different inputs in writing, and you want to combine those different documents and would like to make a single comprehensive document. You can use combine feature as well. There is another feature like numberings. It is very common, but still it is very much useful. You go to layout and line number. You can mention line numbers in your writing. So exactly you can pinpoint in which line you would like to draw attention to your fellow writer or the reviewer. For example, my reviewer suggested that I would like some more references to support my statement in introduction under line number 44. So I can exactly pinpoint where my reviewer wants me to change the documents. So this is these are some of the features of Word. Word also have inbuilt reference manager. Let me show you. Word itself has inbuilt reference managers. Here, like I would like to insert citation, add new source. But it is not that flexible like Mendeley, EndNote, or Bibles. If here I would like to mention the journal article, I would select journal article, then fill up all the details manually like name of authors, title, journal name. For example, author, Pandya, title, uh, 2002. Okay. So it has created one citation, but we have to manually add all this information as and when required. Now, same, if I want to prepare bibliography, I would go to bibliography, select bibliography, it will create bibliography for me. So Word also have inbuilt reference manager, but it is very much difficult to use in terms of managing the our library, because here in Word you cannot export your library that easily, nor you can import library from another bibliographic manager. Both EndNote, Mendeley, even Bibus have facility to import the bibliographic library from another bibliographic manager. So this is all I would like to share my views on with you. If you have any questions, please share your queries here, or if you have more information in any of the topic we have covered today, you can share it to the fellow researchers. Okay, thank you. So this is the before I conclude my talk, I would like to acknowledge the Kutch University for providing me this opportunity to share my views with you people. I'm thankful to Dr. Green Bakshishar and the other staff who are taking pain to arrange all these sessions. Thank you very much.
Hello. Thank you so much, sir. Once again, our second lecture is Pranav, sir. Can you hear, sir? Hello.
પછી ચંદ્રેશ્વરના મોબાઈલ નંબર કોલ કરને, વાંધો નહીં.
હેલો. નેક્સ્ટ લેક્ચર થોડી વારમાં સ્ટાર્ટ થાય છે. 2 મિનિટમાં સર આવે પછી સ્ટાર્ટ કરે છે આપણે, તો કોઈ લીવ ન કરતા મીટિંગ. Hello, Pranav sir. Hello, welcome sir.
Yes. Am I audible?
Yes sir, audible. હા સર સ્ટાર્ટ તમે કરી શકો છો ઇન્ટ્રોડક્શન થી.
Fine. Okay, so good morning, everyone. Am I audible to everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So, very good morning. I will be speaking on creative research. Before starting, તમે લોકો ઘણા સમયથી કન્ટિન્યુઅસલી કોર્સ વર્કના ઘણા બધા લેક્ચરો સાંભળો છો. So, I wanted to shift in dual language, English as well as Gujarati. Is it okay? Or I can also include Hindi, as you wish. Or in single language, I can deliver my lecture.
સર ઇંગ્લિશ વુડ બી પ્રેફરેબલ બટ જો તમે હિન્દી અને ગુજરાતીનો બી યુઝ કરશો તો પણ કંઈ વાંધો નથી.
Okay, I'll try to use English, right? If you have any query,
રાઈટ સર.
you can stop me. Okay. And
Sure, sir.
yes. So if any one of you have any query, you can stop me, or I'll be able to explain it in more detail. Right. Now, what you will be working. તમે બધા જ PhD ના સ્ટુડન્ટ છો. Just a minute, I will share my screen with you. A minute.
Sir, your voice is not clear. It will be noisy.
1 minute. Is it okay now?
Yes, sir, okay.
Fine. Just a minute. Let me share my screen. Okay, I hope it is visible.
Yes, sir, it is.
Fine, great. Fine. So very good morning, right? I hope you all have had your breakfast, right? Because what I will be showing you is between your breakfast and your lunch, right? My timing, which is allotted, it is exactly lying between your breakfast and your lunch. So many of my slides will have tempting food dishes. Okay. Fine. And one more request I'll make, if you can pop up your cameras on, right? Because I remember COVID-19 time when we used to sit against blank screen and speak something for 1 hour or 2 hours, right? So it will be better, if possible, you can use your camera, so it will be more interactive. Otherwise मुझे भी ऐसा लगेगा कि this is one way lecture. Okay, as you wish. Now my topic is creative research. Already I would like to congratulate you all that you have just online. So you all have applied for your PhD degree and now you are pursuing PhD degree, right? So yesterday I was thinking ki what lecture or what topic should I take that feels you interesting, because you have studied almost all the topic from how to do a good bibliography managing, right? Dr. Dave had very well explained you. You had topics on ethics, you had topics on research methodology. So almost you have covered lot of things. So I was just thinking कि इसमें क्या नया कुछ ऐड कर सके जो आपको बहुत बोरिंग नहीं लगे and you might learn something. So I just search which is the highest degree in world, right? कौन सी डिग्री है जिसको हम highest degree कह सकते हैं, and the result you are looking at, a doctoral degree PhD is the highest degree level, often requiring several years of research, studying beyond master degree, right? So that's why I thought that I will congratulate all of you कि आप लोग वर्ल्ड की जो हाईएस्ट डिग्री जिसको कहते हैं PhD, दैट यू आर प्रोग्रेसिंग, और आपकी जर्नी जो है वो अब स्टार्ट हो रही है, एंड आई एम श्योर कि आप you all will reach to your destination of getting a PhD degree and being a doctorate students, right? So my topic is very broad, right? हमारी जो जर्नी होती है, right, we make lot of preparations before starting any journey, right? और यहाँ तो हम वर्ल्ड टूर पे जा रहे हैं because PhD is a global degree, right? You will be recognized worldwide as a doctor if you are doctorate from here. You can hold the same position in any other country also. So how maximally we can make this journey beautiful, productive? Just a minute. Yeah. So your journey requires lot of preparation. आप जो अभी कर रहे हो कोर्स वर्क, right? Course work is a proper traveling process, right? What should you do during your journey? What should you do during your work? ये सब हमें कोर्स वर्क में आपको सिखाया जाता है कि आपको क्या क्या यूज करना है. Now what I will be discussing is how can you make your journey different from the other travelers, है ना? We always try कि हमारी जर्नी है वो और ज्यादा ब्यूटीफुल हो, it can be more memorable and compared to others. So we used to take lot of selfies, lot of things, lot of credits हम लेते हैं वहां से. So during course of PhD is not only a simple degree, right? It has very high value, right? The reality is, if you see the report of All India Survey of Higher Education, जिसको AISHE कहते हैं, MHRD के अंडर आता है, अगर उसका आप डेटा देखें तो PhD admissions are increasing year by year in India, है ना? 2015-16 में the number was around 1.2 lakh PhD student admitted in Indian university, and by 1920 it is almost double. It is 2 lakh PhD students has enrolled in doing PhD, right? Now lot of bifurcations are also there. So if you see, the number of students entering into PhD is increasing day by day, right?
હેલો સર હમણાં જ જોઈન થયા છે, થોડુંક ટેકનિકલ ઇશ્યુ આવી ગયું છે એટલે.
Hello.
Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Sorry for the delay. There was some technical issues, so I'm connected.
No, sir, it happens sometimes.
Okay, so we were talking about how we can make your journey more effective. Slides are visible.
No, sir.
Okay, is it visible?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Fine. So we are talking about PhD degree, which is the highest awarding degree available in present condition, right? And we were talking about the number of PhD students enrolling in PhD is increasing day by day in India. So that means the competition is increasing in each and every field. Right? So my purpose of today's presentation was how your PhD degree can be made different from the others, right? One way or the other way, you will be getting your PhD degree after your work is done, right? Within few years, once you successfully complete your experiments, your research, you will be awarded with PhD degree, and you will be among these 2 lakh people or 3 lakh people maybe by 2024 or 27, 28, right? you will be among these numbers, right? So the one way is you are happy with your PhD degree, which you are awarded, right? You will get a very good certificate and you are doctorate, right? The other way is you get a PhD degree, you learn lot of different things, and you can be different from the people, right? How you can be different from people? You have learned lot of different skills. During your PhD, you have lot of papers in your hand, right? आपके पास कुछ अलग होना चाहिए बाकी PhD डिग्री से, right? Then you will be more happier traveler compared to others, right? You will be more satisfied. I have learned some new techniques, some new methods, and I have more credit compared to other student during my PhD tenure, right? और फिर आपकी next journey चालू होगी, whether you go in academics or whatever next phase of your life. So what I was discussing today is about creativity, right? Creativity, you all know what is creativity, right? It is best described as human capacity regularly to solve problems in a way that it is novel but accepted by the culture, right? The definition is like 3-idiot definition of a machine, right? So in simple way, what is creativity? It is capacity of a human what you are doing but in a different way, but it should be accepted in our society. आप कोई भी रिसर्च कर रहे हो उसको नॉर्मल वे के बदले आप कुछ अलग तरह से करो, देन इट्स अ क्रिएटिविटी. ओके, सो वी आल्सो से थिंकिंग आउट ऑफ द बॉक्स, राइट? आपका पीएचडी कुछ ऐसा हो जो दूसरे से अलग है, आपका पीएचडी मेथड कुछ ऐसा हो जो रूटीन से कुछ अलग है, देन इट इज वी से क्रिएटिविटी. आपने कुछ ऐसी मेथड सेट की जो नॉवेल है, राइट? देन यू विल बी मोर हैप्पियर कि मैंने दूसरों से कुछ अलग कर दिया है, आई हैव डन समथिंग डिफरेंट देन अदर्स. एंड आफ्टर यू डू योर पीएचडी द अदर वे और इन मोर बेटर वे, योर वे विल बी टेकन अप बाय लॉट ऑफ अदर स्टूडेंट्स. आपका जो मेथड है वो काफी लोग भी यूज करेंगे, एंड देन यू विल बी मोर हैप्पियर ट्रैवलर कि lot of people are using your method of working, right? So this we call out of the box thinking. Okay, so now what is creativity? बहुत ही complex diagram है, right? Being a zoologist, I have taken example of octopus. Octopus has lot of arms, right? हमारे पास we have 2 arms, right? 4 limbs and hind limbs, but हम हाथ का यूज करते हैं for our writing, for our creativity, right? Now the example of octopus is we have 2 hands but we have a very creative beautiful mind, right? So we can think lot of different things, lot of different methods to do the thing in different way, right? जितनी क्रिएटिविटी हम लोग रील बनाने में, अलग अलग सेल्फीज खींचने में यूज करते हैं, राइट? उतनी क्रिएटिविटी हम अगर रिसर्च में भी यूज करें, राइट, देन योर पीएचडी आउटपुट विल बी मोर बेटर देन यू इमेजिन, राइट? सो आई हैव टेकन सम वर्ड्स, उसकी जो डेफिनेशन है उसमें से मैंने कुछ वर्ड लिए है. कंसीविंग ओरिजिनल आइडियाज. कंसीविंग ओरिजिनल आइडिया मीन्स कि आप जो काम कर रहे हो, वॉट एवर योर पीएचडी टाइटल इज, वो आपको पकड़ के रखना है. डजंट मीन दैट इन द रन ऑफ क्रिएटिविटी यू लूज योर ओरिजिनल आइडिया. आपको क्या करना है वो पीछे निकल जाए और आप अलग ही रास्ते पे चढ़ जाओ, ये नहीं होना चाहिए क्रिएटिविटी में. So you have to be parallel to your original ideas कि आप क्या करना चाहते हो, वो आपका जो एम है वो छूटना नहीं चाहिए. Second is creativity. When we apply some new ideas to your work or to your research, we are strengthening or changing the foundation of traditional and conventional method. है ना? मैंने कहा कि आपकी मेथड में आप चेंज कर सकते हो. ट्रेडिशनल मेथड जो है साइंस की, राइट, एक्सपेरिमेंट की, कोई आप मेथड फॉलो कर रहे हो वो शायद 1905 में लिखी गई हो, तो you can definitely change the method if your method is more appropriate, या तो आप वो पुरानी मेथड को चेंज करके और ज्यादा स्ट्रेंथन या मजबूत बना सकते हो, राइट. सो ऑल्टरिंग एक्सपेरिमेंटल मेथड और changing the foundation of how to work is also a scientific creativity. अच्छा, now why we develop creativity in research? Like as I said कि आप वैसे भी ट्रेडिशनल वे में भी अगर काम करते हो, इफ यू वर्क इन अ ट्रेडिशनल मेथड or a very normalized way how all 2 lakh PhD students will be working, तो भी आपको डिग्री अवार्ड होगी. Then why should we try different things? Can anyone answer? Why should you add different things or different methods in your research?
Sir, like if someone is doing PhD, then he must be doing PhD in a way that his work should be remembered after the person goes, not for just taking as a degree.
Very nice. So you will be remembered for longer time. That is a very good answer. और क्या है? And now you will be digitally remembered. अभी का जो एज है वो डिजिटल एज है. Your citations, आपने कुछ अपना काम नॉवल तरीके से किया है. If you have worked your research in novel way, then you will get lot of citation, right? So first thing, it will enhance your research skill. आपकी जो research skill है वो बहुत ही ज्यादा enhance होगी, right? Enhancing your research skill means you are more polishing your research skill, right? You are learning different kind of software. आप सोचते हो कि क्या मुझे यूज करना चाहिए, मैं और क्या ज्यादा इसमें ऐड कर सकता हूं मेरे रिसर्च में. दिस इज नोन एज एनहांसिंग अवर रिसर्च स्किल. एंड लेट मी टेल यू, गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया under the new vision of NEP is focusing on enhancing research skill, है ना. जो गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया की न्यू पॉलिसीज है उसमें यही फोकस है कि कैसे ह्यूमन पावर है, मैन पावर है, उसकी स्किल है वो एनहांस की जाए. स्किल बढ़ने से एम्प्लॉयबिलिटी विल इंक्रीज. नाउ व्हाई यू एनहांस योर रिसर्च स्किल? अगर आपके पास नॉर्मल से ज्यादा स्किल्स है तो you will have lot of chances of getting absorbed in good job, right? For example, there are interviews of life science subject, right? बॉटनी या zoology के कोई interviews है, वहां पर काफी सारे PhD candidates हैं, right? Now all have equal degrees, all have PhDs. Now who will have more chances of absorbing during the interview? The interviewer will see कि कौन से PhD कैंडिडेट को अपने काम में कुछ ज्यादा सॉफ्टवेयर पता है, who has more creative hand, who has more publications. PhD में किसने ज्यादा काम किया है, रिसर्च में कितना नॉवल काम हुआ है किसका, एंड हाउ मच दे नो मोर अबाउट देयर सब्जेक्ट. So these are the extra point which will be useful in getting you absorbed for your higher jobs and higher positions. इससे आगे हम अगर जाए enhancing research skills है, then it is stimulation of original idea to new discovery. This is also very very interesting. अगर आपकी skills कुछ ज़्यादा है, whether you may be from chemistry, botany, zoology, geology, right, or microbiology, how novel you work, how differently you work in your field will add on more benefit to your credit. Right. So, by improving your skills of research methods, you are going towards a new discovery. Right. There are high chances कि आप कुछ ऐसी चीज फाइंड आउट करो आपके रिसर्च में जो नॉवेल हो, जो कुछ नहीं हो, राइट, रूटीन से कुछ अलग हो. If a botanist or a zoologist, they have more improved eyes or improved skill, they can find out a lot of new plant species or a lot of new animal species which are new to the state, which are new to India, or they may be new to the world, a new species, है ना. अगर अगर आप ऐसा कुछ फाइंड आउट कर रहे हो आपके पीएचडी में, then just imagine you have the capacity of naming that creature, plant or animal. आप उसको अपने हिसाब से आप नाम दे सकते हो. That can be your name or as you wish, right? So you may have a species named after you, right? And you might be remembered for a longer time in research. तीसरा मिल सकता है आपको competitive edge, right? As I said, interviews, all are degree holders, all have same value in their degrees, right? MSc है, PhD है. कॉम्पिटिटिव एज किसके पास है? द वन हु हैज मोर क्रेडेंशियल, कि मेरे पास 3 नई स्पीसीज की डिस्कवरी है. इन केमिस्ट्री आई नो दिस मेनी इंस्ट्रूमेंट्स मोर बेटर वे, और आई हैव आइडेंटिफाइड न्यू आइडिया ऑफ सिंथेसिस ऑफ न्यू ड्रग. मैंने कुछ नई ड्रग डिस्कवरी की है. सो यू आर इन मोर कॉम्पिटिटिव प्लेटफॉर्म. सो आप जो ये ग्रुप है बड़ा सा, उसके ऊपर उठ चुके हो. In that case, if you have lot of creativity in your research, right? Now, what is creativity? Right? Now, government is focusing on SSIP, right? Shark Tank आप लोग देखते हो, right? उसमें क्या है? They all are looking for creativity. ગુજરાતીમાં આપણે એને સર્જનાત્મકતા કહીએ, right? Now, this creativity is very important, right? Like this, someone can identify a bulb remover, right? It is not directly involved to your related to your subject, but this can be there. Why can't we think that torch can have these two sides? Now these kind of torch are also available which can illuminate two angles, right? So this is creativity, और इससे ही innovation होता है. पेटेंट भी यहाँ ही मिलती है, right? The person who thinks in different way are more successful not only in research but also in business or in self development. तो जो ये आपको रेस है उसमें अगर आगे बढ़ना है, या if you want to be different from the others, you should have this kind of creative edge. आपका जो काम है वो कुछ अलग होना चाहिए, वो कुछ और ज्यादा क्रिएटिव होना चाहिए. Now, why to be creative, right? यही हमने अभी बात की कि अगर हमारे पास वी आर गेटिंग डिग्री, राइट? मैं सिंपल काम करके भी डिग्री ले सकता हूं, तो मुझे और ज्यादा मेहनत क्यों करनी, और ज्यादा क्यों सीखना? तो इफ यू सी व्हाट आर द चैलेंजेस, ह्यूमन पॉपुलेशन इज इंक्रीजिंग डे बाय डे. लॉट ऑफ पीएचडी होल्डर्स आर देयर. आप जॉब के लिए जाओ तो लॉट ऑफ वेरी हाई कॉम्पिटिशन इज देयर इन जॉब. So the interviewers, the job givers are always finding some different thing, है ना, कुछ और मिल जाए तो मजा आए, right? So they are always looking for the person who has slightly different skill, slightly different mind compared to others. और यही business में भी हो रहा है, not only job. Your business will only run if it is different from the regular one. Limited funding agencies एंड कटिंग एज कंपटीशन. हमारी फंडिंग एजेंसीज है जो आपको फंड करती है आपके रिसर्च के लिए, वो लिमिटेड है, फंड्स आर लिमिटेड एंड देयर इज लॉट ऑफ कंपटीशन. अगर कहीं आप अप्लाई कर रहे हो तो देयर विल बी थाउजेंड्स ऑफ प्रपोजल्स, राइट. एंड अगर आपको फंडिंग चाहिए तो यू हैव टू बी डिफरेंट फ्रॉम ऑल दिस प्रपोजल्स, right? Already I think there were a lot of lectures on how to write a good proposal, so I'll not go in that thing. But this is why creativity is required. Just a normal researcher you want to be, or you need a boost in research, right? आप एक नॉर्मल रिसर्चर भी बन सकते हो, या तो आप ऐसे रिसर्चर बन सकते हो जिसकी एक डिजिटल आइडेंटिटी हो. लॉट ऑफ पीपल नो यू बाय योर नेम, बाय योर सब्जेक्ट, बाय योर नॉलेज, राइट. सो आई थिंक दैट इज मोर इम्पॉर्टेंट कि लोग आपको पहचाने in a good way. You have some more polished skills than the others. Okay, now if you have this thing, there are high chances of getting funding or a good publication. अगर आपकी रिसर्च में बहुत ज्यादा स्किल्स है, कुछ अलग है दूसरों से, then you have chances of getting funding and good publications compared to the other competitors you have. This is very important. Personally, I feel we should compete with others, right? I always tell in my classroom, you have to be competitive. आपको दूसरे से competition करनी है तो ही you can increase your skills, your knowledge, right? But before that, I also add that you have to be competing with yourself always. आपको खुद से हमेशा compete करना है, right? आज जो आपने काम किया है उससे अच्छा काम आपको दूसरे दिन करना है, देन योर स्किल विल एनहांस. और अगर ये आपकी हैबिट बन जाए कि यू आर कॉम्पिटिटिंग विथ योर क्वालिटी ऑफ वर्क, देन you will be a very successful person, I'm very sure, right? So self satisfaction and reputation in scientific community, right? ये भी बहुत important है. People should know you with your name कि okay ये बंदा है तो he is very good in chemistry or in geology or in botany zoology, right? इसके पास ये knowledge है. और ये reputation तभी बनता है when you are good at your research, when you are honest with your research. Ethics के lecture भी आपके already हो गए हैं. Now this ethics is somewhat very much important in scientific research, right? न्यू स्पीसीज में मेरा नाम अच्छा करने के लिए मैं कल डिक्लेयर कर दूं कि मैंने एक ऐसी स्पीसीज देखी जो वर्ल्ड में कॉमन है और वर्ल्ड में नहीं है. आई हैव इन माय लैब अ न्यू स्पीसीज व्हिच वाज फर्स्ट टाइम रिपोर्टेड, राइट. आई अनाउंस इट. कोई भी रिव्यूअर है, इफ आई पब्लिश इट इन some good national journals or international journals, the reviewer will not come here and check whether that species is there or not, right? पूरा साइंस है वो एक बिलीफ और एक एथिक्स पे चलता है, right? बट यस, जो मैंने गलत कहा है वो लंबे टाइम तक स्टैंड नहीं करेगा. सो यू हैव टू बी वेरी केयरफुल. इट विल गिव यू स्मॉल रेपुटेशन और शॉर्ट रेपुटेशन, लेकिन वो हमेशा तक आपके साथ नहीं रहेगा. सो यू हैव टू बी ऑनेस्ट विथ योर रिसर्च and you will get a very good career growth. अगर आपने ये सब policies आपके PhD से ही inculcate कर दी है, then I am sure you will be a very good researcher and you will have a very good career. Okay. Okay, before going to this exercise, I'll give you example of Sanjeev Kapoor. Have you heard name of Sanjeev Kapoor? A very known chef, master chef India और इसमें जो आते हैं, right? You all might be knowing.
Yes, sir.
Right. So if you see their dishes, काफी बार हमें ये लगता है कि वो क्या करते हैं डिश में, दे पुट स्मॉल क्वांटिटी ऑफ फूड जो नॉर्मल होता है, रूटीन होता है, बट दे पुट इट इन मोर डेकोरेटिव वे, राइट? If you go in 5-star hotel, what they do, they serve you food which may be as good as a normal restaurant, right? But the way they are presenting is different than what you get in your normal restaurant. Am I correct?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So why this is there? They are increasing creativity. आपको देखने से वो लगता है, मैंने पहले ही स्लाइड पे रखा था कि you feel कि this is highly decorated, right? So that adds on value to your dish. वही डिश जो आपको 200 रुपए में मिलती है नॉर्मल रेस्टोरेंट में, द डेकोरेटेड डिश इन अ गुड रेस्टोरेंट और अ होटल will have 500 rupees pricing or more than that, right? So the value increases when you add creativity. लेकिन हाँ, उसमें टेस्ट भी होना चाहिए. जैसे मैंने कहा कि एक बार आपका क्रिएटिविटी डेकोरेशन चल जाता है, बट इट शुड हैव अ गुड टेस्ट ऑल्सो. टेस्ट इज क्वालिटी, राइट? सो क्वालिटी प्लस creativity will give you a good success. So there is a small exercise. Being a zoologist, I have put exercise for animal title, right? So I am placing one title amongst you: study on ecology of ghost crab along the Kutch coast. Is it clear? Ghost crab is a crab species, right? A researcher wants to study ecology of ghost crab along the Kutch coast, right? Okay. नाउ आई वुड लाइक कि लाइफ साइंस के कोई स्टूडेंट है वो इसमें एक्सप्लेन करेंगे कि इसमें क्या हो सकता है, व्हाट कैन बी डन इन दिस स्टडी. और इवन अदर सब्जेक्ट स्टूडेंट कैन ट्राई कि अगर ऐसा एक स्टडी मुझे करना है तो इसमें क्या क्या आपके रिव्यूज हो सकते हैं. मुझे कोई एक एनिमल है जो कोस्ट लाइन पे मिलता है, हम उसको कहते हैं घोस्ट क्रैब, राइट? तो उसके बारे में मुझे जानना है. द एनिमल इज सीन ऑन कच्छ कोस्ट. सो व्हाट शुड आई डू? मेरी मेथोडोलॉजी क्या होगी इसमें? Okay, any life science student, zoology student?
सर
Yes.
वो मतलब कहाँ पे मिल सकते हैं, कौन से पोस्ट पे वो पर्टिकुलर क्रैब अवेलेबल है, उसका एनवायरनमेंट पे क्या इम्पैक्ट हो सकता है, एक्सेट्रा.
Okay, very good. What's your name? Hello.
Sir.
हाँ.
सर आयशा.
Sir,
Yes. कोई और भी है जो आंसर देना चाहता है? आई थिंक
सर जैसे कच्छ कोस्ट का आप स्टडी कर रहे हो, तो आप इसको गुजरात के दूसरे कोस्ट से भी इसका क्या डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन है वो आप ऐड करके और गुजरात का भी उसका डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन दे सकते हो.
फाइन, गुड. सो 2 कमेंट्स आर देयर. एक ने कहा कि हम उसका डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन देख सकते हैं. आई अप्रिशिएट. Aisha madam has told she is from chemistry. So this is a beautiful example of multidisciplinary research. मैं वो पॉइंट पे भी आने वाला था कि how different subjects can collaborate, right? तो फर्स्ट इनपुट मैं zoology से एक्सपेक्ट कर रहा था, लेकिन I think zoology students are tired.
Sir, can I?
मुझे इनपुट मिला है। यस
जैसे हम उसके साथ एनवायरमेंट को भी लिंक कर सकते हैं, क्योंकि क्रैब की जो स्पीशीज होती हैं वो मड बॉलिंग करती हैं, कोस्ट क्रैब भी मड बॉलिंग करते हैं सर। सो हम उसे माइक्रोप्लास्टिक से भी लिंक कर सकते हैं। ये एक
Okay.
लेटेस्ट ट्रेंड है।
यस सो आई एम पुटिंग टुगेदर जो भी कमेंट्स हमें मिले हैं, राइट, आई एम पुटिंग ऑल these comments together. First is to find what is the distribution along different areas on Kutch coast. फिर दूसरा है कि we can link them with the environmental factors, right? The population densities भी है. Now this topic to me as a guide or a supervisor looks very dry, right? If I am a reviewer, so these topics looks dry, right? If you are competing, so where can we add creativity to work? हम जब कोई topic decide करते हैं तो we write a very summarized title, right? Now we have to decorate it, right? So where can we add creativity to this work? We can modify the title, right? उसका theme या उसका meaning same रहेगा, लेकिन we can make the title in more different way, right? Like we can say that I want to explore the unknown ghost crab, right? अगर आप जैसे कोई कहानी या मूवी में दिखाते हैं, you add lot of creativity, right? अगर आप कोई कॉन्फ्रेंस में प्रेजेंट करते हो तो you can make a title understanding the unknown ghost crabs along Gulf of Kutch, right? So these kind of titles, not in Ph.D, but when you are presenting somewhere, it can attract lot of public, right? काफी लोग उससे अट्रैक्ट हो गए कि ये घोस्ट क्रैब क्या है, जो अननोन है, जिसके बारे में किसी को पता नहीं है, राइट? So one way is we can modify the title, right? The other way is if you are working on a project, you can change the methodology of the work what you are doing, right? What we do in normal way is हमें जैसे ही PhD का टाइटल मिलता है या कोई प्रोजेक्ट का टाइटल मिलता है, once we get the title, we try to do referencing. We try to find the related work what is being done in the same title, in the same field. What work has been done? The person who has conducted that work, what is the method adopted by that person? वो हम try करते हैं find out करने के लिए. We refer different textbook कि what methodology should be followed. और उसमें अगर हमें कोई हमारे बहुत related paper मिल जाता है, right? If we are getting paper or a reference which is related to our work, in most of the cases we adopt the same methodology, right? If some authors have written that you fix 2-3 sites along the Kutch coast, we'll do that. If they have written you take a transact count of the population at 5-meter interval, हम भी लिख देते हैं in my methodology I will take 5-meter quadrate or transact in same line. So we normally adopt same methodology what is given by the other researchers. Third, so why don't we add? We can change the methodology. आप फील्ड में जाओ, अगर आपको लगता है कि no, this can be changed. Instead of 5 meter, my area is very large. I can take samples at 20 meters. You do it, right? This doesn't mean field ecologist या field स्टूडेंट्स होते हैं लाइक जियोलॉजी स्टूडेंट, बॉटनी स्टूडेंट, जूलॉजी स्टूडेंट, जिनको फील्ड में काम करना है, दे हैव टू बी वेरी एडेप्टिव विद देयर मेथोडोलॉजी. Always you cannot fix to the method which is given by the earlier researcher. ऐसा भी हो सकता है कि जो रिसर्चर है वो यूएस में कहीं काम कर रहा हो, वहां की कंडीशंस अलग है, एंड we are adopting the same methodology in India where the conditions are different. So the methodology has to be set in our way based on the our environment, field conditions, and या तो laboratory conditions. So here we can modify the thing, we can add different things, creative things. Third is interpretation. Interpretation is very, very important aspect of PhD student. What you are getting, right? Interpretation हमें लगता है कि ये चालू होता है after your results are done, after your experiments are done, right? But actually, you have to be very creative since your title is fixed. हमारा टाइटल है, वहां से ही हमें हाइपोथेसिस बिल्ट अप करनी है कि हमारा क्या इंटरप्रिटेशन हो सकता है, व्हाट शुड बी आवर इंटरप्रिटेशन और व्हाट इज आवर थिंकिंग, कि हमें क्या मिलेगा यहाँ. एंड देयर टू चांसेस आर देयर, your hypothesis may be correct, you may get what you have assumed, or you may not get what you have assumed, right? So interpret in different way doesn't mean that what the earlier researcher has got, the same result you should get, right? It has to be in other ways. I'll share one of my experience. We were doing some surveys on Mandvi coastline, right? Now the earlier researchers stated that winter May, the diversity of the X species is highest in winter, right? But when we did our survey, we found that the diversity was lowest in particular season, right? Now a researcher, आप थोड़े टेंशन में आ जाओगे जब आपको opposite result मिलता है from what the other researcher were getting, but right. So here you should not manipulate your research, but instead you should think why you are getting this kind of thing. And और आपके PhD में आप ये क्लियरली लिख सकते हो कि मुझे जो फेलो रिसर्चर है, दूसरे रिसर्चर है, उससे I got the different result may be because of so and so condition. So you have to think, you have to add your creativity कि why this is happening and write your data. Experimental design, you can be very much experimental or creative with your design, right? PhD students are like budding scientists. Scientists have a lot of creativity, right? What experiment? Experiment is nothing but trying the same thing in different way, right? Different way में हम एक ही चीज को try करते हैं and we set the experiment. We try to find out result using different kind of experiment. जितने डाइवर्स, जितने क्रिएटिव हमारे एक्सपेरिमेंट होते हैं, उतना रिजल्ट हमें ज्यादा अच्छा मिल सकता है या सही मिल सकता है. वी कैन गेट more effective result using various kind of experiment and experimental designs. So that is important thing. Now where we lose creativity, हम कहाँ ये खो देते हैं हमारी creativity? We become very much monotonous in our work. काफी बार ये होता है कि after submitting our thesis, we are not satisfied with our work. It may happen, नहीं भी हो सकता है, depending on person to person, right? We are not happy कि मुझे जितना करना चाहिए था, जितना result मुझे मिलना चाहिए था, वो मुझे नहीं मिला. So why this thing happen? It happens due to directly copying the ideas. ये हो सकता है कि हमने हमारे जैसा ही वर्क या किसी के जैसा ही वर्क लिया and we are copying the same ideas in different way, right? A person has synthesized X drug or X substance using one method. We are doing a substance using the same method, right? These are very common things, right? So अगर हम directly copy करते हैं ideas को, then here we are using creativity because we are not utilizing our mind. We are not utilizing our own new things or new ideas of creativity. Second is using conventional research. सालों से जो मेथड सेट है उसका ही रिपीटेड यूज करना, दैट इज ऑल्सो अ लूज ऑफ क्रिएटिविटी, लूजिंग अ क्रिएटिविटी, राइट? If you are working on heavy metal contamination somewhere or heavy metal identification, The conventional method is using atomic absorption spectrophotometer, AAS, right? But you can also use XRD, XRF method, which are more modern compared to the conventional method. कन्वेंशनल मेथड को ही मॉडिफाई करके आप नई मेथड भी यूज कर सकते हो. यू कैन कंपेयर कन्वेंशनल मेथड रीडिंग्स विद द new modern method and you can compare your result, and that can be a very good publication. There are some parameters, right, which we use to copy. कि सालों से लोगों ने, if a person is working on a species or a population dynamics of a species, इकोलॉजिकल वर्क कोई कर रहा है तो उसमें क्या रीडिंग लेता है, तो हम भी वही लेंगे, राइट. दे आर टेकिंग टेम्परेचर, they are taking pH, they are taking population data. So I'll also take that because hundreds of people has used that data as their research method, right? Now maybe they have taken, but if you think, is it really important to use this thing? अगर मैं कोस्टल एनवायरनमेंट मांडवी पे रिसर्च कर रहा हूँ होस्ट क्रैब की स्पीसीज में कि हाउ द पॉपुलेशन इज अफेक्टेड बाय डिफरेंट काइंड ऑफ पैरामीटर्स. सो आई विल टेक टेम्परेचर, आई विल गो एट 10 o'clock एट मांडवी. मैं वहाँ टेम्परेचर रीडिंग लूंगा. आई विल गेट समवॉट 35 डिग्री और 36 डिग्री सेल्सियस टेम्परेचर. मैं mechanically I will note down in my sheet, right? Every time I go take temperature, pH and some data, XYZ data, and I add into my sheet. Now this is not logical. We are here, a researcher is purely doing mechanical work, what is already done by some other people, and that's why he or she, they are also using the same thing. Now why there is no logic, right? क्योंकि sometime I go and take the temperature at 10 o'clock on Mandvi beach. दूसरी बार मैं जब जाता हूँ तो बस लेट हो जाती है, या because of some reason I reach there at 1 o'clock, I take the temperature and come back. A person goes and take the temperature sometime at 5 o'clock because they are getting that time comfortable or available. 5 बजे देख temperature लेते हैं. So now if you see the data over here, there is no logic. Every time the temperature fluctuates. एक टेम्परेचर आपने 10 बजे लिया है मॉर्निंग में, the second time you have taken at 1 o'clock, the third time you have taken at 5 o'clock, right? So when you interpret this kind of data, आप जब statistics उसमें करते हो, you use different software, they'll give you some line and some graph, right? That is machine, right? वो आपको कुछ data analyze करके देगा, but the interpretation will not be proper because there is no logic. आप जो टेम्परेचर रेंज में काम कर रहे हो, ओके, इफ यू आर टेकिंग टेम्परेचर एवरी डे या तो एवरी टाइम बिटवीन पर्टिकुलर टाइम ओनली, आप अगर उसको एवरी टाइम 1 बजे से 2 बजे के बीच में ही टेम्परेचर वहां पर लेते हो, देन इट इज ओके, यू कैन कंपेयर योर डेटा, राइट. बट अदरवाइज इट इज नॉट लॉजिकल. वैसे ही पीएच में होता है. केमिस्ट्री स्टूडेंट्स माइट बी वेरी गुड एट नोइंग ऑल दिस पैरामीटर्स पीएच, राइट. Now, if a person is taking pH near मांडवी कोस्ट, राइट, दूसरा pH हम लेते हैं मुंद्रा में और तीसरा pH में लेता हूँ वेरावल में, राइट. 3 times I take pH, then I make a statement in my Ph.D thesis कि गल्फ ऑफ कच्छ का pH है वो, that is 7.5 average pH. Now this is again totally illogical, right? The total area of Gulf of Kutch is किलोमीटर वाइज मोर देन 400 किलोमीटर, और मैं 3 जगह का पीएच लेके मैं पूरे एरिया की बात कर रहा हूँ कि यहाँ का पीएच 7 है, देन अगेन इट इज इलॉजिकल. पीएच अगर आप इफ यू टेक पीएच एट ओनली फ्यू मीटर्स, द पीएच वैल्यू विल चेंज, राइट. सो think as a researcher, you have to think as a researcher whether what I am doing is logical or not logical. आपको खुद डाइजेस्ट हो रहा है कि नहीं हो रहा है, राइट. कंप्यूटर एनालाइज करके हमें कुछ भी देगा, हम कुछ भी वैल्यूज डालेंगे, इट विल गिव यू ऑल द डेटा, ऑल डिफरेंट काइंड ऑफ ग्राफ, but it should have some meaning, right? So here we lose creativity when we don't think on what we are getting and we do it just for sake of doing. कि मुझे every month I have to take pH data or temperature data, so every month I will go at my convenient time to that area and I will take that pH, or in laboratory the same thing happens, right? So जितना आप अपने टॉपिक पे थिंक करोगे, you will turn your topic around, you will get more creative ideas कि मैं नॉर्मल से कुछ अलग कैसे कर सकता हूँ, और how can I make my topic different than others. Shallow reading, very important thing, right? किसी ने कहा था कि यहाँ पर you have to take samples at every 5 meter. So I have taken samples at every 5 meter, right? Now we don't learn in detail what they have given. दूसरे पैराग्राफ में वो रिसर्चर ने देखा होगा कि उसका जो इंटरटाइडल एरिया था वो छोटा था, राइट? दैट एरिया वाज नॉट दैट लार्ज, दैट्स व्हाई दे हैव टेकन 5 मीटर रीडिंग. But where you are working, the area may be 1 kilometer, so that same thing cannot apply. So we are reading incomplete. That's why we are losing creativity and lack of understanding. काफी बार हम इंटरप्रेट गलत कर देते हैं मेथड को या तो अंडरस्टैंडिंग को. What the researcher, what the reference is telling is other thing, but what we are understanding is different. That may be the thing. Working atmosphere also affect creativity. If you have a good team of researcher, you will get magnificent output. आपको मजा आएगा अपनी लैब में काम करने में, where people are healthily talking, discussing different ideas कि हम ये कैसे कर सकते हैं. If 3 or 4 researchers are there in one lab, they can share authorship, they can help each other in research, and how they can connect each other research, just we call it multidisciplinary research. Working atmosphere, if it is healthy, I am sure you will have fantastic result and you will enjoy doing your research. Okay, coming back to that, study on ecology of host crab, जो मैंने टॉपिक आपको एक दिया था. In normal way, a regular researcher will do population. अगर मैं काम करूँ तो मैं क्या करूँगा? If I will see the references, I'll do population research, distribution research. I'll take some reading जो किसी ने लिए थे, temperature, pH, DO, dissolved oxygen, biological oxygen demand, and I'll put some data and do my work. The person who wants to make the thing differently, they may add different things like density, how the animal density changes with the area, how distribution pattern changes with the area, what are the habitat, why this crab is living in this area only, why not other place. ये question अगर आपके दिमाग में click हो गया, then you may add lot of things to your work. Soil type, right? What is the soil type the species is preferring, and why only that kind of soil they are preferring, why not other place, right? These all questions make you different than the other researchers. Total organic carbon, interactions, right? अगर मुझे मेरे गाइड ने होस्ट क्रैब का काम दिया है तो ऐसा नहीं है कि हम वी यूज विजन ऑफ अ हॉर्स कि हमें सिर्फ होस्ट क्रैब ही दिखाई देना चाहिए. You have to be open. As a researcher, try to take lot of things from the field. आप फील्ड रिसर्च कर रहे हो, जियोलॉजी, जूलॉजी स्टूडेंट्स है वो, बॉटनी स्टूडेंट्स है वो, तो आपको जो भी ज्यादा डेटा मिलता है वो आप लेके आओ, राइट? फिर आप उसमें से 2 ही चीज यूटिलाइज करो. द अदर डेटा यू कैन यूज एज पब्लिकेशन थिंग्स, राइट? ट्राई टू सी अदर थिंग्स विच आर वर्किंग. क्रैब है वो किसके साथ कम्युनिकेट करते हैं, हाउ दे आर इंटरेक्टिंग, हाउ दे आर बिहेविंग. So see lot of other things which are happening around in the field, right? मेंटेन योर फील्ड नोट्स, आप ऑब्जर्व करते जाओ, लिखते जाओ, राइट? सो दीज ऑल थिंग्स will make your subject more diverse than the other researcher. You all might be knowing Albert Einstein. What he said, if you see, logic will get you from A to Z, but imagination can take you anywhere. You can imagine lot of things and try to work on lot of things, but it should be logical. This is a very fantastic image. काफी बार हम करते हैं कि even if logic is not fitting, we try to fit it anyway, anyhow in our title, in our work, right? तोड़ मरोड़ के fit कर देना कैसे भी करके डेटा को, right? Now ऐसा कब होता है? When this thing happens, when our methods are not working. आपको you are following some methods of a researcher, किसी का पेपर रेफरेंस पेपर में ले रहे हो एंड उसको जो मिला वो हमें वही मेथड में नहीं मिल रहा है, तो हम क्या करते हैं? वी ट्राई टू अडॉप्ट द सेम थिंग, राइट? सपोज उसको ऐसा कुछ रिजल्ट मिला होगा, हमें वैसा ग्राफ नहीं मिल रहा है, सो वी ट्राई टू मैनिपुलेट, वी ट्राई टू मॉडिफाई आवर डेटा एंड वी ट्राई टू फिट कि इसने भी ऐसा ही किया था, बिकॉज वी हमें डिस्कशन में भी लिखना है, बिकॉज I am getting same result as so and so researcher, right? But this is, you are compromising your ethics, right? Try to make your own research, है ना? आपका डेटा अगर कुछ और कह रहा है, then you may be correct, the earlier researcher may be wrong, right? Even sometime no data is also a data. Very important sentence is no data is also a data, right? For ecological person, कोई एनिमल को ऑब्जर्व कर रहा है रिसर्चर, वो एनिमल आधे घंटे से बैठा ही है, कुछ भी नहीं कर रहा, द रिसर्चर मे गेट वेरी इरिटेटेड कि ये कुछ कर नहीं रहा, आई एम गेटिंग नो डेटा, क्योंकि उसको लिखना था कि कितना टाइम फीड कर रहा है, व्हाट टाइम इट इज फीडिंग, हाउ मच इट इज फोरेजिंग, हाउ मच it is busy in different kind of activity. But here the animal is not at all working, moving, so मुझे कुछ डेटा मिल नहीं रहा, so वो क्या करेगा? The researcher sometime they will pinch the animal, हम उसको लकड़ी से मूव करेंगे कि वो कुछ करे तो मैं कुछ डेटा लिख सकूं. Now here we are changing the ecological thing and we are modifying what is that. Instead of that, you write that animal is doing no activity, that is also a data. Zero activity is also a data. कोई बार फील्ड में, कोई बार एक्सपेरिमेंट में आपको you are getting null result, zero, right? Distribution, no animal, right? एक्सपेरिमेंट, आपका एक्सपेरिमेंट ये कॉन्सेंट्रेशन पे आपको कुछ एक्सपेरिमेंट result we're not getting, right? So that is also a data. You failed 100 times, but that is your data, you failed 100 times, right? So we should not follow blindly to the references, right? Blindly nahi follow karna hai. I am not saying that we should not follow the references, but not follow blindly the references. If you think that your work can be more better in other way, go that way. Okay, one more example. Assume a standard reference says that a field transect should be taken at every 5 meters. In a transect, at every 5 meters, you should take a quadrate, and quadrate side in that transect, the size of the quadrate should be 1 by 1 meter, right? अगर हम इसको fix पकड़ ले, right? Can you tell the number of animals in this quadrate? Suppose this is 1 by 1 meter quadrate. How many animals are there in this quadrate? So let me help you. I know you are hungry. इसमें अगर हम देखें, if I say the larger animals are countable, right? But if I tell you, you have to count the animal which are very minute, barnacles, जो पीछे आप छोटे छोटे देख रहे हो, these are barnacles, right? Can you see the barnacles?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay. Just checking कि आप लोग हो. I am not speaking to my screen. So it is very difficult to count all these barnacles in 1 by 1 meter quadrate. ऐसी डेंसिटी में आपको कोई कहे कि इसको आपको काउंट करना है, तो यू विल बी कंफ्यूज कि इसको मैं कैसे काउंट कर सकते हैं हम, राइट? आप फील्ड में जाते हो 155 किलोमीटर ट्रैवल करके, और वहां पर अगर ये काउंट करना है तो इन अ डे यू कैन ओनली टेक 1 to 5 quadrates, राइट? इतना सब काउंट करने में. So in this kind of cases, you have to modify your method based on your field condition. You have to apply grid methods, right? काफी बार स्टूडेंट को हम पूछते हैं उनके पीएचडी रिपोर्ट्स में या प्रोग्रेस रिपोर्ट्स में कि व्हाट मेथड यू आर एडॉप्टिंग, आपके कोऑर्डिनेट साइज क्या है. वो कहते हैं माय स्टैंडर्ड साइज इज 60 मीटर, 50 मीटर का मैं कोऑर्डिनेट लेता हूँ, राइट, फॉर प्लांट डाइवर्सिटी. Now, 50-meter coordinate or 10-meter coordinate may be suitable for larger plants, but it is not appropriate when you are looking at small grasses or herbs and shrubs. Right? So here we may use grid sampling, and आप अपने method में भी उसको justify कर सकते हैं कि although the reference says कि ये meter का use करना है, but looking to my field condition, I have used this kind of methods. ओके, यहां पर से मैं थोड़ा डाइवर्ट होऊंगा. ऑल ऑफ यू, you have to perform your presentations at different kind of conferences. आप कितनी कितनी ज्यादा कॉन्फ्रेंस में गए हो and how many you have participated at various level, it increase your value of PhD, right? You may get chance of national conferences, state level conferences. कहीं आप फंडिंग के लिए प्रपोजल भेजते हो, वहां भी जाना होता है, एंड यू मे गेट चांस ऑफ इंटरनेशनल प्लेटफॉर्म्स. एंड आई विश कि पीएचडी कैरियर में आपको इंटरनेशनल प्रेजेंटेशन, you should do some international presentation that will give you a very good platform. Now, how effective you can present your work at international level, right? Last year, 2 of our students, they have presented their work at Cambridge University. Because of COVID condition, they were not able to travel, but वहाँ presentation का chance, I'll share you link. आप भी कैसे उसमें apply कर सकते हो. Now, they don't accept all the proposals. आपको ऑनलाइन उसमें अप्लाई करना होता है. इफ यू फाइंड योर टॉपिक, इफ दे फाइंड योर टॉपिक इंटरेस्टिंग, देन एंड देन ओनली दे विल कॉल यू फॉर प्रेजेंटेशन. वहां भी काफी सब्जेक्ट के स्टूडेंट्स होते हैं रिलेटेड टू बॉटनी, जूलॉजी, माइक्रोबायोलॉजी, कंजर्वेशन, एनवायरमेंट साइंस. तो वहां पर आपको कुछ ऐसा, यू हैव टू प्रेजेंट योर वर्क इन मोर टेस्टफुल वे कि लोग अट्रैक्ट हो उससे. इफ यू रीड दिस टॉपिक or the title of presentation, what will you understand? Regulation of dominant expression of sulfonic acid mediated BCL2 gene expression in Hemidactylus prinatus for tail regeneration. Are you getting? Suppose हम लोग एक कॉन्फ्रेंस में है, all of you, chemistry, life sciences, physics, everyone, and this is your title of research. ये रिसर्च हम प्रेजेंट करेंगे तो हमारा पोस्टर कुछ ऐसा होगा, देयर इज नो वन एट योर फूड स्टॉल, राइट? बिकॉज कुछ ऐसी कंडीशन हो जाती है ऑडियंस की, राइट? सो दिस टाइटल इज ड्राफ्टेड. ड्राफ्टेड मीन्स it becomes very very complex to understand. कोई प्योर सब्जेक्ट का जो है, द पर्सन हु इज फ्रॉम प्योर सब्जेक्ट कैन अंडरस्टैंड, अदरवाइज द interdisciplinary student, if you are targeting larger audience, they cannot understand कि आप कहना क्या चाहते हो ये सब्जेक्ट से, right? Now I'll try to put this in more better way, where if my title slide is this, right? Why do lizards sometimes detach their tails? Can it be a probable solution to human disabilities? Right? Can you understand this title more better way than the earlier one?
Yes, sir.
Right? तो ये दोनों एक ही है. ये टाइटल में जो मैं कहना चाहता हूं वो यही है जो ये टाइटल में कहा गया है. दिस इज ऑनगोइंग रिसर्च इन जूलॉजी कि लिजर्ड्स में जो टेल रीजनरेशन होता है, राइट, द टेल रीजनरेशन इन लिजर्ड, if we unfold the formula how a tail regeneration is possible in lizard, we can apply the same gene theory to human for solution, so for making solution to human disabilities. हम भी हमारे हाथ या पैर रीग्रो कर सके ऐसा कुछ हमें मिल जाएगा if we find those genes. So this is the way where you can make your thing more presentable. क्योंकि अगर आप ऐसा कुछ रखते हो तो ऑडियंस या जजेस की पैनल जो है वो आपके वर्क से अट्रैक्ट होके आपके पास आएगी. दे विल आस्क यू समथिंग, पीपल विल कम एंड आस्क यू समथिंग, राइट? इंस्टेड ऑफ दैट, अगर आपने बहुत ही कॉमन टॉपिक आपका रख दिया है, देन नोबडी विल अंडरस्टैंड, दे विल जस्ट पास बाय, और द जजेस में आस्क वन और टू formal questions and they will go, right? Now coming back to useful international platform for botany and zoology students, यहाँ पर काफी सारे, there are a lot of botany, zoology and environment science students also. There are some important links which can be useful to add in your Ph.D. programs, right? There is a conference which is known as Student Conference on Conservation Science. Since long time, this conference is organized at Cambridge University. You know what is Cambridge University? It's a very famous, very prestigious university, very prestigious place, right? I try to take you the home page. Okay, are you able to see the home page?
Yes, sir.
Okay, SCCS का पेज आपको दिख रहा होगा अभी.
No, sir. Slide ही दिख रही है.
Okay, okay. Let me. Okay, now can you see?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So this is SCCS homepage, Student Conference on Conservation Sciences. Cambridge में होता है, every year this happens. Now the ecology or environment, botany zoology students, conservation के student है वो इसमें apply कर सकते हैं. It's a very good platform, right? यहाँ आपको आपका title भेजना होता है with, they ask online questions. How your work is very important, but you have to write your presentation in very creative way to get selected in this conference. More than 60 countries represent in this conference. Students from various countries, they come here and present their work for, so I think PhD students के लिए this is a very good platform, and you get chance to visit Cambridge University. And here you can visit their web page. Applications की deadline भी दी होती है, and you can apply. They have also program for bursaries. Bursary means they also provide travel grant to some of the candidates based on their proposals. यहाँ आपको, you have to send your proposals and they will select. If you are in, then you will get also travel grant, and you can do your research in that country also for 15-20 days. So you can apply here. Apart from this, SCCS conference not only organizes in Cambridge, now they have started Australian chapter as well as इंडियन चैप्टर बैंगलोर में भी ये कॉन्फ्रेंस होती है और यहाँ पर बैंगलोर में भी आप जा सकते हैं इफ यू आर नॉट कंफर्टेबल गोइंग टू आउट ऑफ इंडिया. अदर थिंग फॉर zoology स्टूडेंट, क्रस्टेशियन सोसाइटी ऑफ क्रस्टेशियन सोसाइटी भी एक कॉन्फ्रेंसेस अरेंज करती है. Here also you can apply, you can be a part of that conference and you can participate over there. The third one, conferencealerts.com. If you are interested in joining in different kind of conferences, right? वर्ल्ड में कहाँ पर क्या क्या कॉन्फ्रेंसेस होती है वो जानने के लिए my personal advice is a PhD student should try and go to some of the international platforms to know what is happening worldwide, and this will be a very wonderful experience in your PhD career. और इसके लिए there are several conference pages. This is one of them, Conal Conference Alert or conferencealert.com. You can register here. You can select your country of interest. आप अपना you can select your subject of interest, in what subject you are interested, and you will get alert from this web page whenever these kind of conferences are there. Suppose आपने लिखा कि your interest is in organic chemistry, or someone is writing that you are interested in conservation zoology. So you will get alerts from this web page whenever these kind of conferences are arranged worldwide. तो आप उसमें से updated रह सकते हो. That is for that. Coming back to this, so these are some of the important web pages and conference pages where you can apply. If you are looking for some grants, travel grants, suppose you are selected for a conference at London, लेकिन आपको unfortunately you didn't get a travel grant, आपको travel grant नहीं मिला, so how should you go, right? In India also, government has organized very good funding agencies, SERB, जिसको the earlier name was DST, Department of Science and Technology. Now it is under it there is new page, that is Science and Engineering Research Board. Right? SERB gives you funding for attending international conferences. Right? Indian government may be UGC, DST, CSIR. Right? This is the web page of SERB. You can see international travel support. Right? It is for every field, not only botany, zoology. यहाँ कोई भी साइंस का स्टूडेंट है, whether or science or engineering, they can apply for travel grant. Suppose if you are selected in London conference, prestigious conference, यहाँ पर आपको अप्लाई करना है. इनकी जो मीटिंग होती है, एनुअल रिव्यू मीटिंग, दे आर ऑर्गेनाइज्ड एट वेरी रेगुलर और फ्रीक्वेंट इंटरवल. आपको अपने बर्सरीज जो भी डिटेल्स है वो भेजनी है, एंड you will, if you are shortlisted, government will pay you all the travel charges. Even registration charges भी काफी बार इसमें आपको मिल जाता है. So this is a very good opportunity, similar to SERB. Also UGC will give funding. Ministry of Earth and Environment is also funding. Right? And lot of CSIR funding is also available for students. So you may get away lot of grant. इसके सिवाय इफ यू आर वर्किंग ऑन सम कंजर्वेशन एस्पेक्ट, बॉटनी zoology में कंजर्वेशन पे आप काम कर रहे हो, तो there are lot of proposals or there are lot of programs, international programs which give small funding for supporting your research. I have listed few of them, lot of them are there, but these are useful to you. Ruford small grant proposal is there. Right? Ruford gives funding for different kind of plant and animal species. You can see the home page, right? The grant value starts from £6,000, and in second stage, they may give you £15,000 for every stage, right? 6,000 pound is a good amount for starting a research. And here, any individual can apply. आप एज अ PhD स्टूडेंट भी यहाँ पर अप्लाई कर सकते हो, राइट? ओके. Similarly, Ruford के जैसे ही conservation leadership program is also there. It is a UK based agency or foundation which gives you funding. This is also a very good program. You can see here lot of program lists are there. क्या क्या foreign agencies है जो biodiversity conservation पे funding करती है, उसका एक list दिया गया है. Ruford small grant is there. Mohammed bin Zayed Species Conservation Fund is also available. It is also a good program where you can have different kind of funding. So lot of opportunities are there. You have to explore. Mohammed bin Zayed is also funding on different conservation programs. Habitat Trust भी है जो काफी सारे conservation program पे काम करता है. Here you can see, click to apply the funds. यहाँ पर ये सब जो मैंने आपके साथ शेयर किया, these agencies are such that they don't need any institutional affiliation. That means ऐसा नहीं है कि if you are employee of the university or a college, then and then only you can apply. Here, as an individual, as a conservation researcher, you can also apply in all this funding. Now, I'm summarizing my thing, how to achieve creativity, how successfully you can have your PhD journey, create lot of interest in your work. Now you have to dedicate your few years to your PhD. So you have to be very interested in your work. Okay. The creativity I used to say, which is there in child, it should be there in researcher also. Right? A small child is very curious about different things. A researcher should have a habit of being very curious about different things, what should be there, why it is there. Reading and apply new ideas, modify the method that fits to your knowledge. The largest weapon for science is why. अगर आपके कोई भी रिसर्च क्वेश्चन में why लगा दो और उसके आंसर के पीछे आप लग जाओ, if you get behind that, finding the answer why, then I am sure you will get lot of interesting things. Making the things logical, simple, use different kind of diagrams, chart, visuals, जो सामने वाले को, the other person will get easy to understand. Try to use these kind of chart and visuals. Always try to add something new to your research. Then it will be very interesting. Try to find the problem in your research. Right? I'm not going in and explaining this thing. लेकिन काफी जगह जहां पर ब्रेक होता है, right, where research gap is there, try to address that research gap. Try to make your work more self-explanatory, right? Instead of writing, I am working in this intertidal area, if I put a map and an image of that area, this will become more self-explanatory. The other person who is reviewing your paper or your work or your thesis will get fast understanding of what you are talking about instead of reading one entire page. So I think that's it. It's lunch time also, and you will be thinking of your stomach. So I wish you all will have a very good journey, successful journey of your research.
Sir, thank you so much for your lecture. Pandya sir is the head and assistant professor of Department of Biology at Lalan College, and he's also a good researcher, and in his field he's a very significant member. So if anyone has any doubts, you can ask.
Hello, sir.
Yes.
As you said, no data is also a data. तो केमिस्ट्री में वो बहुत हद हुए कि તમે કોઈ રિએક્શન અપ્લાય કરો અને પછી ઈ પ્રોડક્ટ ન બને તો લોકો ઈ મૂકીને પછી બીજી રિએક્શનમાં અપ્લાય કરતા હોય, ટ્રાય કરતા હોય કે ક્યાં ને ક્યાં ફિટ બેસી જાય. તો એનામાં તમે કહી શકો કઈ રીતે કાંઈ નથી થતું તો એને કઈ રીતે અપ્લાય કરી શકાય એઝ અ ડેટા?
ઓકે મેડમ, કેમિસ્ટ્રીને લગતો ક્વેશ્ચન પૂછો. I will try to justify. No data is a data. Like you are putting several reactions અને તમને જે desirable result નથી મળતું, so you can modify the method. I think એવા methods હશે. I am not good at chemistry, but you might use different concentration જે તમે કરતા હો છો, right? Suppose the traditional method says that you have to use 5 ml or 0.3% X and Y substance. You may modify different times. You are not getting the result. અને કદાચ પછી તમને result મળે છે. Then in your publication you can write that you have adopted all these methods which were not working, and finally this method is working, right? So sometimes you can also show your blank data, right? You have did this many trials and finally this method was successful.
Okay, sir.
Yes.
Anyone else has any doubt or any confirmation that you have to make? Sir, I think it is clear with everyone.
Okay, great.
Okay, sir. Thank you so much, sir, for the lecture. I think everyone has gotten enough knowledge about the things that you have explained. Thank you so much, sir. With your permission, I would like to end this meeting, sir.
Yeah, sure. All the
Sure.
best to all the PhD students.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, sir.